Stephen Beattie, welcome to the Off the Ball League of Ireland podcast. How are you?
Good, Jamie. How are you?
Great, thanks, Stephen. Very nice hoodie there. I like it. What is it?
I don't know, I got on Bershka, I think, but it's probably better than that t-shirt you have anyway.
Lads, now I was going to wear a shirt today and I said, you know what, I went shopping last week in River Island and I bought myself a new t-shirt and I like it, so I'm going to wear it. And two of the lads in work already gave me a stick and now you are as well, so thanks for that.
You set yourself up for that one.
Now I'm going to give you a stick back now because one of your teammates has given me some dirt on you and it involves your breakfast. Can you tell us what your favourite breakfast combination is, please?
Protein pancake smoothie and granola pot, is it?
No, it was Rice Krispies mixed with porridge.
That's a myth. That's Graham Cummins.
Shane Griffin is the spy in the camp and he told me to ask you, he eats porridge mixed with Rice Krispies in the mornings. It's effing vile.
No, I think that was once. Well, Griff tries to get one over on me all the time, so I'll let him have that one.
Okay, nice. So it's normally protein pancakes in the mornings. You cook them yourself? Do you go to a local cafe in Cork or what's that?
No, like called Body Chef down here sorts out with the food and that, so I get them in the morning, so it's handy enough.
Shameless plug.
Little plug.
Nice. Now, Stephen, on to the serious business. Massive game against Dundalk this weekend. What's your opening views on it?
Yeah, excited. Obviously, want to put things right after Friday night. Obviously, a lot being spoken about that. So, what a better way to try and get back on the road and get back to 3 points to playing Dundalk, your biggest rivals. So, I was just excited. Everyone, obviously, a few annoyed bodies around the place, but we forgot about Friday fairly quick. Trained well Monday, Tuesday, and back at it now tomorrow as well for obviously a massive game Friday.
What's been said in the Cork camp about the 4-2 defeat to Bohs? Oh, your phone is ringing.
Yeah.
You're
Shane
all good. Shane Griffin ringing you. Shane Griffin,
yeah.
I told him you were on the podcast. What's he ringing you for? Tell him to ring you back in 15 minutes.
Probably saying one for breakfast.
Now, tell me about what's been said in the Cork camp since Friday, because I'm sure that change room afterwards wasn't a great place to be after that defeat.
Yeah, it wasn't a great place to be, but we know ourselves, not much need to be said. John didn't come in on Monday and ripping everyone and telling us how bad we were. You're professional enough, you let ourselves down, you let the team down. That's individually and collectively, it was a group effort. I mean, everyone was embarrassed. I think that was the key word. We were pretty much ashamed of ourselves the way we played that first half. So, look, motivate yourself, get ready for Friday. As I keep saying, you couldn't get a bigger game to try and bounce back, but you want to forget about Friday fairly quick. And I think I speak for everyone in that dressing room. It wasn't a nice place to be.
Yeah, the manager John Caulfield said in his RT interview afterwards that it was the worst his team has ever played in a half a match since he took the job, and that's a number of years now. Can you put your finger on why that was, and particularly the goals you conceded? Your team has always been so defensively good, and I was in the UCD Bowl watching Waterford and UCD, and I was watching the goals on Twitter as they were being put up. I just could not believe the type of goals you guys conceded in that first half in that match.
Yeah, I think we tried to overplay, to be honest with you, Jamie. We need to go back to basics. We were trying to play out from the back and it just wasn't working. And after we gave away the first goal, we should have just went back to what we've been doing, And I think, and credit to Bohs now, a lot of people aren't speaking how good Bohs were. Bohs were brilliant, and I want to say that. Bohs were absolutely excellent, but at the same time, we were absolutely terrible. But no, they were goals that you wouldn't dream of conceding. If I'm coaching Cork's Kennedy Cup team, if them boys conceded them sort of goals, you'd be making them run on the Monday, you know what I mean? But look, you have to learn from it. Their mistakes, they got punished. As I said, Bohs are a good team. They punished their mistakes, but it's just one of them games where every mistake you seem to make got capitalised and punished. And in the League of Ireland, it doesn't matter what team you're playing, you're going to get punished for them sort of pretty much kids' mistakes they were.
Yeah, no, as you said, we do have to say how good Bohs have been, and we were chatting on Wednesday afternoon on the afternoon of the FAI Cup quarter-final against Derry. They've been so good as well, and some fantastic goals. But you mentioned how bad the defending was, and I know you were involved in the exchange with Damien Delaney before the first goal when he passed the ball into his own net. Could you believe what you were seeing there? And also you had to run over to pick him up and go, let's get on with it. I think he was taken off at half time, but it was one of those moments where the whole team probably wondered how did that happen, because he's had such a good career as well, and it was a very uncharacteristic error for him to make.
Damon's got more experience in his left foot than I have in my body, and most lads, you know what I mean? You don't need to pick a fella like that up. Look, it's one of them things we tried to play out. We maybe thought Peter was somewhere else. It doesn't matter. I should have just turned and put the ball long. You know what I mean? First 10 minutes, I shouldn't have gone back. But it's not just Damo. It was everyone. It was just stupid mistakes. And look, I hold myself up. I should have just put the throw long and got us up the pitch. So no, there wasn't. I didn't have to get Damo back up. We all know ourselves what went on. And as I said, we'll try to put it right.
Yeah, the one thing I wasn't impressed with was, some of the Cork fans, at least after the match, the manager, John Coffey, went up, as he always does, to applaud a big Cork away crowd, and a few of them seemed to be giving him a little bit of stick, as I think they did after the defeat at home against Sligo as well. That's disappointing for me, that the manager who's done so much for the club over the years is getting stick after a couple of poor results.
It's the bar we set ourselves, Jamie. Look, the players are just as frustrated, the staff are just frustrated, the management is just frustrated as the fans, And look, I hold my hand up and apologise for the performance on Friday night. It wasn't good enough, especially the first half. We were atrocious, and people are paying good, hard-earned money to go up and travel and support us. And they're entitled to an opinion, 100%. We'll take the good, we'll take the bad. You're a paid professional. You can't just take the good all the time. You have to take the bad and learn from it and experience it. And you don't want to hear the fans booing you on. If you take that as motivation, I think it might turn into some sort of positive thing that you are letting people down, and there's no hiding places. Again, it's an opinion. Football's everyone has a different opinion, so you just have to take them opinions on board. Obviously, you don't like to be booed, but at the same time, you can't shy away, and you have to kind of just suck it up, be a man about it, and get on with it. And John's done great down here, and I believe he'll continue to do great. Yeah,
I'm sure, from his point of view as well, it's a time that he's being tested as a manager, unlike previous years. Like, we look at the 4 games in Europe, 4 defeats and no goals scored, and in recent league matches it's been 2 league defeats and a point against Pats, and yet you mix that in with 3 very good FAI Cup results, and you're into the FAI Cup semi-finals, of course, and still trying to retain that trophy as well. So it's been a mixed few weeks for everybody, including for John, who, like the players, like the fans, like the manager, has been used to winning most weeks. So it has been a different challenge recently to deal with.
Yeah, of course, but as players, we have to take a lot of responsibility for that. Management can set us up in a certain way, and we can have a certain approach, a certain style. But at the end of the day, it's the players that have to do it on the pitch, So I don't think we'd be good enough as a unit. Obviously, Europe, I said that in my interview in RT straight after the game. I don't think we looked like winning any of the 2 legs, never mind scoring a goal, And people can try to put that back in the manager, but at the end of the day, it's on the players, and we have to take that. And we speak about that as a group. You can't just have a manager getting copped out all the time. The players have to take some stick and take responsibility, and especially like I do on the senior players now, we have to get everyone in the same boat now and drive on together, and start getting the results. And you can't just look at the manager, it's definitely the players as well.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably couldn't have handpicked a more interesting game than this Friday, and I know you guys would have been back on the training pitch on Monday. We're speaking on Wednesday afternoon. How has the first couple of days of training back been, given the recent result, but also given how big this match is and how big the rivalry is between yourselves and Dundalk?
Yeah, training was good Monday, Tuesday. You have to, after Friday night, you're annoyed, you don't sleep. Saturday comes, you're in for recovery. But then again, you have to bounce back Monday. You have to come in training positive. You can't be thinking about the result Friday, because it's going to be a long week then, and the training won't be up to the standards that we need to have. So no, it's been good. It's been good. We've done 2 sessions Monday, Tuesday. It's, as I said, we haven't been coughing and spluttering about the game Friday. It's done. It's parked. We'll deal with it at the end of the season, and fully focused now is on a very good Dundalk team on Friday and how to get the 3 points against them, and trying to make Turner's Cross some sort of fortress again, because I don't think it has been the last probably month or so. Turner's Cross is renowned to hostile and that, and even from an away player coming in there with Sligo and Bowes, I used to love playing down there just because the Cork fans would be on your back. So I think we need to get that back on Friday night, and everyone together has to do it.
Stephen Beattie, if I was to ask you to describe Cork v Dundalk, what would you say?
Just rivalry, and it's been the best rivalry in the league for the last 3 or 4 years, and can't see it changing anytime soon. And they're the games you want to play in, as a player in the League of Ireland. You want to play in the big games, and can't get bigger against Cork and Dundalk. 2 best teams, no matter what way you look at it.
How different are they to play in than the other games, and what are the differences and why?
Well, they're different because, if you drop points, chances are that your team's going to go on and win the league or win the cup. That's the way it is. But I think self-motivation, if you can't motivate yourself for a Dundalk game, you're just in the wrong place. You're not in the right club. You can go to a mid-table team or a lower team and just be happy to play ball on the weekend and not win things, but you can't get yourself up for a game against Dundalk. Dundalk, overall, probably the best squad in the league, so you want to pick yourself against the best, and that's what we'll be doing.
Yeah, I spoke to Patrick Hooban just before you, Stephen, and he described Cork v Dundalk as spicy, that it's a spicy rivalry. He compared it to the old Arsenal v Man U days in the late 90s, early 2000s with Ferguson against Wenger as well. What for you makes them so spicy and so special and so different? Because there's a bit of a dislike between the players, I think so, between the managers, even though there's respect there as well. But I think spicy is a good word to describe it as well.
Yeah, it is, yeah. There's always a few spicy tackles anyway, but the atmosphere as well generated from the fans. Both sets of fans are always very good. And as a player, you kind of buzz off that, a good tackle or, a good strike early on, and it sets the tone down for the 90 minutes. But, spicy will be a fair little word, all right. But at the end of the day, I think there is, as you said, with the managers, there's mutual respect. I think as players, there's a mutual respect. We've been the best two teams in the country, and we respect each other for that. But at the end of the day, you probably both want to beat the shit out of each other, really, don't you?
Indeed you do, yes. From a personal point of view, do you get much of a different feeling in the lead into this game, in the lead in the week, on Friday, during the warm-up, when the game's about to start, in the tunnel? Do you personally have a different feeling ahead of it?
No, personally, I don't know. I approach every game kind of the same. Even the big European games, the big European nights where, Turner's Cross is rocking. You kind of, every game as it comes, you just want to impress the people there, impress the people on the TV, and try to get 3 points. Simple as that. So, no, I wouldn't really. I know some lads do approach it different, but that's just your personal kind of choice. But no, I'd just be normal. And
is it hard to control emotions when, as you very nicely said, you just want to kick the shite out of each other? Yeah, it is. Yeah, to be fair, especially cup finals, big league games, you just don't want to miss time a tackle too bad, where you could see yourself in an early yellow, and then you're on the ropes down for the rest of the game. So, but that comes with experience as well. You have to be disciplined, you have to be smart, and put in the right tackles in the right time, and obviously don't be giving stick to the referees. So, no, you just have to be smart, and that's where the older lads kind of help the younger lads through on games like this. Now, of course, Stephen, league table, I don't need to spell it out to you. If they win the game, they're 9 clear with a game in hand. If you win the game, they're 3 clear with a game in hand. A draw leaves things the way it is with 6-point gap. You'll have 4 games left, they'll have 5. Stress for me the importance of winning this match and trying to keep things alive, because if you lose, it's definitely done. Well, you just said it all there, we have to win the game, simple as that. There's no other way to think about it, like 9 points clear if they beat us would be, be pretty much insurmountable. So now, look, we know what's at stake. We know ourselves what's at stake. Enough's been said about it. So we know we have to get the 3 points and get that gap down to another 3 more. And then we need to drive on and finish undefeated for the rest of the season. And then if they're good enough to win out their games, they're good enough. Simple as that. Yeah, of course, if you win the game, it keeps things alive as such, even though if they do win their game in hand, they bump up to 6 again. But from your point of view, I'm sure you haven't given up all hope, but you do realise a win still leaves things quite difficult, but it still just keeps it going. Absolutely, you're never going to give up anyway. It's as simple as that. Until it's mathematically done, you're not going to give up, you're going to keep playing. And as I said, just keep trying to tick off the 3 points, whether it's Dundalk Friday or Rovers the following week after the cup semi. It's just, you have to keep ticking them off. And as I said, if they're good enough to win out, they're good enough to win out, or do enough to win the league. So I would just keep doing what we're doing down here and try to start back getting 3 points of Friday. Yeah, Stephen, speaking to Patrick Hooban, I was asking him about his goals. He scored 24, and we were talking about the attacking players around him, the Michael Duffys, the Conleys, the McElhennys, McGraths, Benson, so on and so forth, Georgie Kelly, Ronan Murray. For you playing in a back four, how much extra prep might go in this week into dealing with, for example, say it's Michael Duffy playing left wing, he's a very good player, you're a very good right back clearly as well, but it could be a key matchup, should I say. Yeah, but look, the thing about the league, you're playing people 4 times, you know what I mean? So everyone knows each other inside out, So regards to preparation, like, say he knows everything about me, I know everything about him, but that's across the 11. Everyone knows each other, and I mean that could be a good thing or a bad thing with the size of the league. You get enough times to see each other. So it's not my first game, in the league. I've been around, so we know what to expect. And of course, after this league match, Stephen, your focus will turn straight away to an FAI Cup semi-final away to either Bows or Derry. We're speaking on Wednesday. Hopefully that game takes place. I understand there's a lot of wind in Derry and a lot of electricity out, so hopefully the game happens. Either way, you'll be away to one of the teams in the semi-final. You're defending FAI Cup champions, going for 3 in a row. The fact that the league maybe, it's going to be difficult to retain now, does that add extra importance on the cup? And I'm sure you'll be watching very closely tonight for who you're going to face in that semi-final in a couple of weeks' time. I think it's Sunday week on the 30th. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Obviously going for 3 cups in a row, but at the same time, the league is going to be hard to get, but you don't want to finish the season with no trophy, simple as that. I think it would be a disaster, quite frankly. And that's for the standards we've set ourselves down here. We want to win trophies, so now focus will be, I won't say I'll be hammered into the TV watching the results today for the game. I'll see it on Twitter or whatever, but
whoever we face will prepare rightly. And you know, if the Bows or Derry, they're both hard places to go and play away from home. So we'll just prepare right. And, you know, we seem to make it our cup competition the last few years, so try to keep that up.
Yeah, I'm certainly hoping for another big Cork Dundalk final. I know a lot of people have said that would be not the best outcome, but I think it would be fantastic again, given how the league has gone. Stephen, very finally, often when we speak to Cork players on the podcast, you know, I'm very interested in the city and the amount of support you guys have in the city when you're winning. And you've said it's been a tough couple of weeks, but when you walk down the road to get your pancakes or to get a coffee or to get a haircut, people know who you are. For you, you know, when the team is winning, it's great. When the team is maybe not winning, it's a little different. Is there a different feeling in the city when results are going different? And also, I suppose, the support that turned across this Friday and in all of the games has been great for you guys. And you said you want to make that a fortress again. And it's down to you guys as players, but also the people of Cork to make that happen.
Yeah, of course, there's a different feeling. Everyone wants to win. Nobody wants to lose. So, now it will be, obviously, when you're winning, you know, everyone wants to know you and clap you in the back, but when you lose, people are quick enough to put you down. But again, that's the job you're in, you know. You can't shy away from it. I can't have the same attitude, win or lose, you know. You just embrace it. It is what it is. You're doing good, you're doing bad, as simple as that. There's no in between. So now there's definitely a different feel around the place at the moment. But again, it's up to us to put it right, get the fans back on our side, you know. But as players, we have to do that, nobody else. It's not up to the management, it's not up to the people behind the club. It's us that have to do it in the pitch, the 11 or the 12 or the 13 that come on, you know. So now we just have to back doing our stuff and show everyone what we're capable of doing.
Stephen Beattie, fantastic stuff. Thank you so much for your time, particularly in this week. It would have been very easy for Cork to not give us a player to speak to us before this game after last week. So thanks for your time, for being so honest. The best of luck on Friday, and off now for some Rice Krispies and porridge.
Thanks, Jamie. Offer a new t-shirt. Cheers, mate.
I can't get over the t-shirt. For those who are watching or listening to the podcast as well, it's a black t-shirt with army sleeves. I think it's nice, but
I couldn't see the sleeves.
Can you not see the sleeves? No, well, the sleeves are like, there's army, what's the word? Army camouflage on the shoulders. But hey,
it's all right. It's all right.
People slag me all the time. Thanks, Steve. Speak to you soon.
Well, cheers, Jamie.